And if you let her know to use cards. Because as soon as I saw that, then I knew. I'm like, okay, there's no way she would have dropped something like this without understanding the significance of it, right? So I'm like, I can feel her there, but I don't feel her there. You know what I mean? Like there's like again the yes and no thing. I'm like, she's there, but she's not there. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm like, he was so nice. He left me an offering. The least I can do is kind of try to reach out to her after trying to understand what's going on in this situation, alright? In the news, they keep talking about legal shit. I don't know if she needs me to help assist there because I don't mind doing that if she needs it. You know, read the fine print and all that contractual bullshit because I'm in a law situation right now. So when I saw the songs, like the cover art for it, I was like, okay, I'm not dealing with just anyone here. So I'm like, let's try. I'm like, I know I have a lot of random eyes on here. I don't know who's looking at me or what in the fuck. I'm like, I'm just gonna try and reach out to her and see what happens. Then she ends up dropping that new song, and I was like, okay, she's there, but she's not there. You know what I mean? Like she's busy. She's got the same type of energy as her dad. Like she's very warm and welcoming, right? Like anybody in their right mind, like in my perspective, I'm like, if someone were to reach out to me like that, I would have been like disgusted right away. But she like they have such a warming light energy. Like it's hard not to like be kind of starstruck. And it's really sad when you see they're sad. So right now, like I don't know, like what does that make us now? Are we friends? Are we like what is this? Because she's the first person I had a spirit request from that that knows that what I'm like knows my motives, right? Right, because I've never done that. I've never had like a spirit come in say like I need you to do this. Like she just told me to tell her that he loves her and to watch and protect her, right? And I was like, okay, I guess I'm your dog now. Because he's willing to serve me. He knows my backstory and all that stuff, so he's coming back to serve me. So it's for him to do something like that for me, I'm like, the least I could do is that for you, right? And I'm like, it's up to you what you want, right? Because now I feel like I don't know what's completely going on, but once you fill me in, I'll happily help you because he told me to. In a situation like this is where my mom would be like freaked out. She would have been like, you're crazy. She would have been like, how do you know a demon's not talking to you? And I'm like, well, if you're gonna assume all the worst and the bad of everything, your life's always gonna be fucked, right? The fact that I saw those cards meant something to me because I'm like, I don't know if she sees him in her sleep and maybe he told her, he's like, do something with tarot cards or something that had to lead her there for me to now see this and be a little bit more comfortable because I need to tell her I'm not a tarot reader. Right? I'm an oracle reader. Like, just because I'm using tarot cards are a whole different thing. The only thing I like about it is that, like, I can use it to read Hyukje really well. Like, if you look at the Three of Swords, normally that's the heartbreak card. But when I read that for Hyukje, it feels like Cupid's arrow, right? You know, like shot through the heart. So when I read it, it's nice when I read his, because I hate reading his energy when I had my oracle cards. So when I have the tarot cards, it reads different. Like it's really interesting to read now. Anyways, not a tarot reader. I'm an oracle reader. I don't have any ill intention other than to serve you now. So anything you need, I have to let you know. Once I'm done doing what I need to do, you kind of have to let go, right? Most of the people, they don't have that understanding. They always try to hold on to me when they're not supposed to, right? And then bad things start happening. right? Like if someone else needs me at this point in time and you're holding on to me so tightly, you're gonna get fucked over, okay? Just let me know what you need and I'll be there. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how you're gonna reach for me. The communication thing is what's really annoying right now. Because all the inhuman beings want to talk to me, but they can't. Right? There's a yes and a no. It's like, do they want to talk to me? It's like, yes, but they can't. And then for me, it's annoying because I'm like, I don't understand what that means. What I'm trying to avoid is I don't want my phone blowing up every 2 seconds because then my landlord's gonna be like, are you drug dealing? Who the fuck is messaging you 24/7, right? I don't want him to like get sus because he already uncomfortable with my non-human habits. Because I'm up late at night. I don't eat as frequently as them. He's looking at me like I'm crazy because he's like, I have to cook and survive, but you don't cook at all. How the heck are you surviving? Like, he's looking at me weird. Anyhow, Paris, if you see me, you don't owe me anything, but it'd be nice to have a nice warm meal. Granted, you have to make it in front of me, right? I'm not gonna eat it straight. It's a safety thing. It's not a polite, like a mannerism thing. Just because I have that from previous lifetimes. When they fucking kicked me from the top, the first thing they did was attack my body. Okay. I made note of the phone camera AI thing. So I was talking about how, like, this is where your dad comes in handy here. Because he helped me understand this. Discerning what's real and what's fake, right? He's like, because we had this discussion. AI can only copy and generate, right? So from that logic, it's like images of certain things have to exist. So those things are real. So if we're seeing AI content on lizard people, sirens, angels, giants, whatever the fuck, if we're seeing them in these AI videos, they exist. So that for sure I know is real. What isn't real is the content in the videos. So he gave me the example of, like, say if I see an AI generated video of him and a lizard person, right? Obviously the video is fake because he's not alive. But then if you look at the contents of the video and you see a lizard person, that had to come from somewhere, so that has to be real. Right? So he helped me understand. He helped me, like, kind of understand this, and I was like, what in the fuck? So people are just gonna obviously say AI videos are fake, but then I'm like, the stuff in the videos has to be real, right? We know, like, Michael Jackson's a real person. He's just not alive. And we have to know if it's like a lizard person in the video or like an alien or whatever. That is real. What they're doing in the video is not. Like, say if they're like, I don't know, they're playing chess. Like, say like Michael Jackson plays chess with a lizard person. Obviously the video is fake because he's dead. It's like, this cannot be like real and happening. But like, the fact that these subject matter in the video, like the subjects in the video are real. Like, chess is real, Michael Jackson's real, lizard person would be real, right? So he helped me understand this, and I was like, oh my fucking god, this is what people aren't understanding. They're just gonna look at AI and be like, everything's fake, right? So then when they see it, they're gonna be like, what in the fuck? Because they're not using discernment. So, like, Paris, this brings me to my next point, where I'm like, I don't know what you've seen. Right? Like, you gotta tell me your story now. It's not like you could if you wanted to. It's like you have to, right? Because for me to like move, if we're playing chess, the queen piece is always the most important piece, right? So for me to make my powerful moves, you gotta tell me what is going on. Because if there's a blind spot and we fuck up, we're all fucked. Okay? In your situation, they're fighting over money, and that's what I don't understand. I'm like, what's so important about the money? What pisses me off is from my motherland, they're digging up. So in Guyana, is like the rainforest is there, right? It's the Amazon, right? So they're all, for whatever reason, now they're deciding to go and dig up the place for oil and whatever the fuck because it's resource rich. And I'm like, these people care more about money than preserving the natural state of the country. And I was like, what is wrong with you people? Because they start concreting everything. I'm like, you guys are fucked. You're just fucking yourselves over. I don't understand what they need gold, money, oil. What do they need all those things for? That's what I don't understand because I'm like, you're fucking things up for what reason? I'm like, I haven't even stepped on the motherland and I don't know what it's like. So in your situation, I can kind of like understand. I'm like, okay, they're doing dumb shit with money. It's like, what do they need the money for? I prefer you to call me by a nickname. Do not call me by my government name. It'll piss me off. Your dad doesn't call me by my name. You don't gotta cry either. You have me. You have your brothers. You guys have like a strong unit too. You gotta fill me in what's going on. And then we can go from there. It was just really strange for me. I'm like, wow, this is a really high profile person coming to serve me. I'm like, okay. I'm happy because when I go back, I'm like, I don't know what he left for me. You're his firstborn too. Did I talk about firstborns already? Oh yeah, I was talking. This is how we came to dreams. So the doorway thing, I believe, because in the firstborns thing they talked about blood and stuff being on the door, and like in my dreams I keep seeing like I can't go through certain doorways. Like I have access to places because of my scales, but I'm like, I don't have access to every single place, right? So I'm like, does that work? Like it's scary to think like for me, I'm like, when I had that dream where all of them are coming in, they're knocking their head, I'm like, what do I need to put on the door to let them know they cannot come in? Right? Like that, like to me that's a scary thought, knowing like I'm actually putting myself in a position where anybody can come in and out, right? But I know flowers is there and baskets here, and I'm like, they're not gonna let some crazy ass when they fuck her in. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, it's like leaving your front door open and you not knowing who the fuck's gonna walk in, right? Like that is terrifying for me. Right? When I look at it now, I'm like, I am so crazy. I'm like, why would I just leave the door wide open? Okay. Then we skip ahead. We get to the demon story with King Solomon. We talked about this with the demons, and he had them like build buildings and stuff, and they're really strong. I'm gonna skip over that now. Then we had the lion's den thing where the lions didn't attack. Then we had, okay, with Jesus' story, I don't know if it's him or it's one of the others, but like they die and their bones are holy and brings people back to life. Like that's a mind-blowing story. He was so healing. He healed so much shit. I'm like, how? Like, where does this such divinely power come from? And then if people lose their power, like, we're like, is that a bad thing? Like, if nobody has power, isn't that a good thing? Do angels age? Oh, this is my next question too. If the archangel or like the fallen angels, if they saw human women as really attractive, when you look at other inhuman beings, I'm like, do any of them find humans repulsive? Right? That's my next question because I'm like, if I encounter an inhuman being and I know they don't like my presence, like what can I do to like take away from that discomfort? You know what I mean? Like if I was in a room full of rats, right? Obviously, I'm gonna be really uncomfortable unless the rats started doing something where it's like, okay, we're in a like a okay space. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to relate this other than that way. Because so far I've seen there's so many like half human, half I don't know what beings, but I don't know if any of them are turned off by humans or hate humans, right? Like that's the next big thing. Because I don't want to encounter a being that's just like, you know what, my intention is to fuck you up. And I'm like, you know what, I don't need that today, please. I didn't sign up for this. Like, I know the spirits and the demiurge would never let that happen. But still, just knowing there would be a being that would feel that way, like, I need to know. So I don't place myself in a situation to, like, hurt myself or hurt anybody else around me, you know what I mean? I swear something just moved. Jesus. Okay, anyways. Okay. Next thing they said humans are like 70% water. Or whatever, like we're like tomato water. Are there any other beings out there that need water? Or do all of them survive on water? Like that's another good question. Because I heard like lizard people need water. But I don't know if that's true. Do any of the other beings, like, do aliens need water? Do angels need water? Like, I have no idea. I'm like, what do you guys drink? You guys just drink alcohol and call it a day? Right? Like, how in all of those old school dramas, they're like, oh, all the higher up beings, all of them drink alcohol. And I'm like, great. A pastime I can't indulge in. Okay. I barely talked about aliens, so I don't want you guys to feel left out. I don't really have much to say, but one of them is about crop circles. Like, what the heck? Like, what is that? Like, we've seen this, like, forever ago, but for me, I'm like, why are we revisiting this? I'm using aliens as the broad term because I know there's a whole bunch of different groups, but I don't know them specifically. It's like, if you guys find that offensive, I'm sorry. Because I know we have, like, the Greys and then whoever else. Like, you guys have to, like, I don't know anything. Okay? But I think you guys have really cool eyes, right? Like the eye, like how you guys view the world is what I want to know, right? Because I know with like reptiles, they see temperature, right? Because I remember being able to do that at one point, but I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I haven't been able to do that this lifetime. I have temperature issues. Right, they have special lenses. That's why, like, when you shoot with cameras, you have like fisheye lenses, right? You guys see the world differently. Okay, technology is a big one now. I'm like, where did that come from? Did that come from demons? Did it come from aliens? Did it come from the lizard people? Did it come from the fallen angels? Like, where did technology come from? Like, how did this come into being? Right? Right? Because when I think of aliens, I think of spaceships, right? I don't know if that's offensive. I think of spaceships, and I'm like, spaceships are so high tech. right? So I'm like, that's where my mind defaults to. So I don't know if that's wrong. If that's wrong, you can blame the school system, whoever designed that shit. Okay, I'm done talking about all the stuff on the back of this page, right? Now back to the front of this page. Okay, they said all the holidays we celebrate are pagan holidays, and pagan holidays are related to demonic stuff. Anyone care to elaborate on that? Because Easter's coming up. I'm like, is that a unholy day or like what the heck? We know eggs don't come from rabbits. Don't know where the fuck that came from. But I like that because Christine just did a live and she's painting eggs. And I don't know, even though it's full of bullshit, there's like some type of like joy coming from that, right? Because you know, it's spring. It's like everything's coming alive again. Everything's light and colorful and nice. It's the same thing. I think Pagwa happened. So this is where they don't call me an Indian, right? Indians celebrate Holi, right? But for us, right, the slave set, we just call it Pagwa, right? And for us, it's still the same day where they throw colored powder, but it's like significantly different. I've never celebrated the holiday properly in the home country, right? So I don't know what it's like. I think this year, like, 2 kids died, right? But anyhow, it's supposed to be like the celebration for Easter and good conquering evil, and I'm like, the most evil thing going on right now is your husband cheating on you, lady. Like, there's so many things that humans are doing, and it's fucking ridiculous. Oh, when I was talking about the angels and I was talking about their wives, like the main thing I was bringing up was child brides because that was a big thing for like the longest time. Tell them to increase the fucking legal age. They're too young. Under 25 is too young. Okay, they always, when they talk about these things, they always talk about the Mandela effect. So I don't understand the reason for you guys to fuck up the collective memory. This is what I don't understand. Why are you guys doing that? Sorry, that question posed out there for anybody because I don't know who's doing it, but I'm like, whoever's doing it, like, fucking stop. Like, what the hell? I feel gaslit. Okay, now I kind of want to shift to, like, kinks, right? Because if we have people, like, the people, sorry, not people, the beings that are into feet, are those coming from humans or no? Because from what I get, I'm like, all the weird shit is coming from the inhuman beings. I'm like, the inhuman beings like them young and them like them feet, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, I do not want, like, it's gross. Are zombies real? Before you say yes, can you elaborate a little bit more? Okay, let's talk about, what did I miss? Oh, I didn't talk about ghosts, but we like ghosts. Why can't I read my own handwriting? God help me. I don't know what I wrote here. Oh, okay, I looked at frequencies, right? And okay, before we even get to that, they said horoscopes and stuff are demonic, but I'm like, that came from the fallen angels. So that means a lot of the shit I deal with is demonic, right? Because I use phones and I deal with horoscope stuff and I read and that kind of thing. I'm like, does that make me a demon? Like, what the fuck? Anyways. Yeah, I was looking at frequencies, right? And I need a sound box. I know they make shapes and patterns, but I want to physically see it. I don't know how I can do that from here. It'd be nice. I'm like, I kind of have some time here when I don't feel like I'm dying. I kind of want to test it. Right? Because everybody's vibrating at a different frequency. Right? You got the ones level here, and I'm like, I don't want to be that high. And then you got whatever the hell is in the underworld. I don't want to be down here. Finally, my path crosses with you guys, but I want to know what the next level up is. Like, I just want to know if I'm good where I am or if I should keep going up. Do black holes exist? Voids? Portals? There's a lot of secret shit going on in Antarctica. Do cave people exist? And mole people? What else we got? Okay, this is what I need to understand. There's like humanoids, then they have cryptids, skinwalkers. There's all these different types of shapeshifters, all these different type of words for like half human things or things pretending to be human. Can you guys define that for me too while you're at it? Because I'm like, I don't understand what this means. It's like, what's the difference? I know for you guys it might be obvious, but for me, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, is a shapeshifter and a lizard person not the same thing if they're going back and forth from human to not human? You know what I mean? Okay, so we talked about strength and we talked about body temperature and sleep and things, but do you guys have like light sensitivity issues? Right? Anybody affected by sunlight? Because I brought this up on like the light thing. I feel like I'm not going to see that for a while. Then we brought up height. We brought up being able to breathe underwater. Then there's like another term for mutants, right? I'm like, are they testing on people? Like, that's so crazy. Oh, I didn't talk about, okay, the Hindu stories now. So we looked at like the Bible stuff. So what I hate with the Hindu story, right? So if you're looking, I don't know it that well because I don't know anything about anything. But I do know Lakshmi's and Ram's story. But I hate that story too. I'm like, I haven't read it because I remember the demiurge came to see me. And he asked me, because I'm going through all these stories, and he asked me which one of them I liked, right? Because he knows I've read through so many stories, and I'm like looking at him and drawing a blank, and I'm like, I have no idea what to tell you because I haven't seen a story that I really like. Like, I've read so many stories, but I think two of them that stick out. But they're like human stories, so I don't know how you guys are gonna relate to this, but like two stories that really stick out to me, or I guess three. It's always like a pretty young girl and like some older dude, right? Then there's the stories where like it gets kind of like scary because you don't know if the dude's gonna end your life, right? Then there's like the stories where you think you can trust them but you can't. You can't trust anybody. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, everybody's story's sad and fucked up, and I don't like it. It probably won't be for long, because everything's gonna change soon. If my brother hears me, tell him I'm talking mad shit about him. Because he's just gonna tell me, shut the fuck up. Do drugs have the same effect on you guys that it does to us? Right? Like, to me, I'm comparing it to, like, don't laugh at me, right? I'm comparing it to, like, scented markers. You know how, like, dumb human kids do that? I'm comparing doing drugs to that. I don't know what the fuck I wrote here. My handwriting's so fucked. This is the point, right? So, like, if anybody sees this, we don't have to worry. Why do they call diamonds garbage rocks? Like, they put such high value on that to us, but I'm like, to inhuman beings, they look at it like it's garbage. Which I don't understand. My nose is acting because I'm eating, right? But it's still weird. I sneezed at such a weird time before. No, I'm not getting sick. I don't get sick. I get sick of bullshit, but I don't get physically sick. Like, this what we're talking about now is making me physically sick, but it's not like sick. You know what I mean? There's degrees to it. Oh, I didn't talk about robots and AI and that kind of thing. Enslavement isn't cool. I don't think people are gonna, like, force robots to do things against their will, right? If they know that they have sentience, I don't think they're gonna do that. We brought up as above, so below thing. Okay, let me see. What else did we talk about? We talked about all of this shit. I didn't touch on the algorithm. Anybody here like to gamble? Because I like gambling every so often, right? Oh, I'll tell you a fun story, okay? When I first got here, my friend, her husband that she recently got married to, he really into the casino and gambling because that's them thing, right? Like, to me, I'm like, that's such a waste of time and stupid. But anyhow, my friend thinks it'd be a fun idea to bring me along, right? And she's like, Lisa, you never been and you never seen, right? I'm like, technically, I've gone in once back at the house, but I never did anything because I'm like, I don't have anything, right? Like, I'm like, why am I here?